I want to spend a minute to talk about why we created the SmartyAnt's phonics reading pup. We know that songs can be an integral part of helping kids learn. So we developed the phonics pup, and we packaged it with 10 songs and a little card which represents a way for kids to learn their very first story, if that's where they are. The dog also comes with a 1-month free experience on the SmartyAnt site. And while they're on the site, we'll assess kids for wherever they are within the learning spectrum. And then as they begin whichever one of the 69 lessons they start on, we'll download the songs that we've written specifically for that lesson. So as they're learning to build different types of words or different types of phonics rules in a different story, we'll download songs specific to that story so that they can work on those phonics rules, those phonemes, building those words, learning those sight words, and the dog will actually sing and read the song that the kid's beginning to build and read on the site. But let me start with the story that's built into this. One of the things that I know is really important is if we can teach kids that letters have names, but also that those letters represent sounds. It'll help kids when they get further along and they realize that the secret to reading is not knowing the names of the letters. The secret to reading is knowing the sounds those letters represent. So let me play you the phonics, the alphabet phoneme song that we've got our little dog singing.
Each letter of the alphabet makes really cool sounds. A makes 2 sounds, A and A in ape and A in ant. B says in boy and bat. C says in cap and cat. And sometimes C also says like in city.
So the idea here is instead of just learning a song that goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, which kids will remember forever, I hope that kids can learn a song where they go A makes 2 sounds, A and A and ape, and A and ant, so that when they get to kindergarten and the teacher writes up on the wall C-A-T, and they ask kids, what does that mean? Some kids are going to go, that means C-A-T, but I'd love for kids who have learned this song to go K. K makes 2 sounds, K, oh, K, and they actually begin to understand that those letters represent sounds, and once they've done that, they're over the first hurdle on learning to read. The second thing that we've done is we've included a little story called The Mat. And the nice thing about the mat is that there are just a few phonemes that kids need to learn, which will allow them to make just a few words, which will allow them to make rhyming words, which will allow them to build a story which they can read. So in this particular case, they learn the phonemes k, m, p, t, z, a, which allows them to make the words ant, cat, mat, on, and rat, and tap, and the sight word no. So if we've put songs on the dog which teach kids how to build those words, it teaches kids how those words rhyme, it teaches those kids the sight word, and then the dog will sing this little story and also read that little story. So if parents want to, they can work with this little story and with this little dog to help introduce those kids to the letters, the letter sounds, how to build those simple words, the rhyming, and even how to sound out and begin to read the story. Of course, it's a much better experience if kids use the 1-month free membership. We assess them, and then they work through, this is actually one of the stories on the site, they work through all the games and ways that we can teach them to read the story on their own and with their little dog when they're away from the computer.